Okay, here we go again. So he's looking for me, I'm looking for him. So this is quite funny. So, all right, David Berry, let's get you back on here. All your fans are waiting and I'm waiting. It's been a while since we saw each other. So we're waiting for him to come up to join. Here he comes now. 1 second. No, not yet. Still waiting. Yeah, we'll try again. Come on, Lord Grey. Where are you? Everyone's being very patient. I love that everyone's being very patient. So just waiting. Let me see if he's there. 1 second. Yes, here we go. Waiting. Here we go. Accept. Should be. Yes! Don't you love technology?
Hey, look, I have a bit of a curse. I think I tried one of these with Tim Downey one time, and I really messed it up. It must be me. It must be me. So I apologize, Jules.
It's
I'm so
Friday.
sorry.
It's Friday. So, I said it's a good Friday. We've got a double whammer here.
Friday for you.
Yeah,
Saturday
Friday.
here. Saturday morning here.
Oh yes, what is it? 9 o'clock, 9 something there.
10.
10 is it?
10.
Oh, okay. There
And
you go.
if I'd been punctual, it would have been 10 a.m. on the dot. And I
No,
apologize.
no.
I
Everyone
was
loved
punctual.
You were, and I was too, and everyone loved the suspense.
Good. I like it. I like a good entrance. I like a good entrance.
Too right, brilliant. Let's tell everyone how we met. It's a great story.
You want me to tell everyone how we met?
Yes.
I feel like you'd be better equipped to maybe do that because I don't know if I was in the possession of all my faculties at that point.
Okay.
We met
Okay.
at the opening, didn't we, of season 5 at the yeah, we met at, not many people can say this. We met at the Chateau Marmont, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think the first thing you said to me is what was, and I didn't take any offense to this at all. And it was in relation to how I was dressed. It was like, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Why?" She's
I
like, "Because
apologize for that.
you're dressing like a gay man." I'm like, "Wow, I'm quite flattered by that." But what about it? What
I
about
was
what
just,
I'm wearing? Not
I was
what
just
we
trying,
should do.
I was just trying to get a job.
Ah, well,
That was my psychology, like, yeah, to be your stylist. That was like,
okay.
that was a reverse,
You did. We had a job that evening. You unbuttoned me. I was
yeah.
like at half masters, getting a bit of that chest hair happening, and we had a good time at the
Hmm.
afterburn, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Because you know why? Because you've got chewing gum on your shirt.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Very
So,
expensive
and you,
shirt.
exactly. And you said to me, how do I get this off? And I said, follow me to the kitchen. So I took you to the kitchen and then we put
Yeah.
ice on it because that's how you get
Mhm.
chewing gum off. You ice the
Yeah.
chewing gum and then you can just peel it off.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Instructions for everyone. There's a bit of help, handy hints there for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Tips from a stylist, from a fashion editor.
Hmm. Hmm.
So how's it been going? You said you've been really busy. You've been keeping
Yeah,
really
well,
busy.
I have been keeping really busy. I think there's so many things that you can potentially do with your
Hmm.
time. And one of them for me is family. So that keeps me like extremely busy, keeping up to
Hmm.
date with all that. And then, there's just the business of living, getting groceries, cleaning around the house. I think I've fixed my attic up.
Nice.
I have, what else have I done? We've kind of done a lot of spring cleaning. It's
Hmm.
not really seasonal to do that, but
No.
it's very timely. So I have been very busy doing all that kind of thing.
Well, good. I mean, everyone's been like cleaning like non-stop because we're stuck in the house. It's
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
you've got nowhere to go unless you go for a drive, especially in Los Angeles where I'm based in downtown. So it's like you don't want to go out here. It's like a bit of a
No, I
ghost town
don't think you're
anyway.
supposed to. Don't think
No,
you're supposed to. I think there's
no,
something called COVID-19 going around.
exactly,
I heard about it.
exactly.
I heard about it.
I know it's
In
crazy.
between all my cleaning, I
Hmm.
heard about this virus thing. So
And the attic and what you've done to the attic. So
yeah, look,
DIY.
this this blue thing is actually where I do a lot of my self tests. I am in the attic right now.
Are you?
hmm yeah, I'm in the attic.
Okay. So what part of Australia are you from originally?
Uh, well, the only part of Australia I've ever lived is Sydney. So
Okay.
I live in Sydney,
Yeah.
New South Wales, and we're doing pretty good here at the moment. Uh, we're all on lockdown, but the
Yeah.
infection rate is we're on a downward slope. I mean, I don't want to talk too optimistically about it because you got to keep cautiously optimistic, but we
Yeah.
looking at a path to eradicating this thing. So that's encouraging. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, and the weather here is lovely.
Yeah.
Looks like,
Nice.
what is that? That's some police. They're after you, Jules.
Uh-oh. There's always something going on here, I'm telling you. It's an ambulance, I think, or a fire, and there's a police patrol car. Oh yeah, they've arrested some homeless guy. Great. Yet again.
Okay.
This is
Right.
from my
Okay.
window. I can see this. Two cops with gloves. Yeah. Yeah, great. I'm glad you heard that.
That's a very
The
LA
highlight,
thing.
the highlight of my day is watching, the wind, like through the window and seeing all this action.
Yeah, I can see sunny skies and palm trees and some birds and stuff. You see cops pulling people over. That's just the difference here between LA and Sydney, I think,
Yeah,
for the most part.
exactly. I've been to Sydney. I stayed on
Right.
where the hill, the top part. Like there's loads of houses. And it's quite hilly. It's like look down, you can see the beach. It's quite.
I'm
It's
gonna,
a high.
if you can see the
It's
beach, it probably
yeah.
could be Coogee, could be Bondi. Um,
Bondi,
hmm.
Bondi, it's Bondi. I stayed with some friends. Well, yeah, some girlfriends in 2000. I had a road trip to Australia from Tokyo, well, Japan, and we decided let's go to
Wait,
Australia.
how do you manage a road trip from Tokyo?
Well, we flew, and then
Okay.
basically, and then we got in the car in Melbourne, and then drove to Byron
All
Bay.
right,
Look, you're
sorry.
laughing. Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't want to
it's
be a
okay.
pedant there, but
No, no, no.
unless you
You,
have some kind of aquatic car, you're not doing a road trip to
hey,
from
James
Tokyo.
Bond. Hey, I am British.
True, true,
Yeah,
true.
exactly. So, we touched on that cyberbullying situation this morning, but I don't want to give it too much, you know. I don't want to give it
hmm
too much, but we were saying that we didn't agree about it, and it's really bad. With Sam and that, because I do your post, and so me and Katrina touched on it a little bit, and just think and then we thought that these fuckers should just get sorry about my swearing. They should get a hobby. They should all get hobbies, especially what's
Right,
going
right.
on. Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah. Look, you reached out to me, and I did. Yeah, I did post about that thing. I look. It's a really tricky thing to talk about, and
I
I
know.
don't usually come out and like say things like this publicly. In some of those ways, I don't think it's really my place because
Hmm.
I'm not the one being bullied. And I've had nothing but really positive interactions with the family, but it does. Sorry, with the Outlander family
Yeah,
fandom.
exactly. Yeah.
But it does affect me indirectly because Sam and Kat, and I think maybe to a lesser extent
Yes.
Sophie, do bear the brunt of a lot of bullying, and I think,
Hmm.
and these are people that I care a great deal about,
Yeah.
and I think that it's important to show solidarity and support and strength to people in these situations. I also think it's tricky because I'm usually very careful with my words,
Yeah.
especially on topics like this.
Hmm.
Um, but that's essentially what we're talking about. We're talking about words, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Because whether they're words from a keyboard, words have great power, and I don't think anyone is impervious to, you know, those words, no matter what their station is in life. We're all human.
Exactly, definitely. We don't, no one agrees with it, and it should, it's a big problem, physical and mentally.
Yeah, it
So
is. I
yeah,
think it's a problem on both sides. I think it's really important to remember that people who are doing the bullying, a lot of
I've
that
been
is coming
bullied.
from, yeah, well, it's both sides. Look,
Yeah.
we can all agree that no one wants to be bullied, but the people who are doing the bullying, it's coming from a place of hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of these people think that maybe they don't realize that. I think a lot of these people think they have very valid reasons
Mhm.
for all their criticisms and what they perceive as criticisms or constructive feedbacks or whatever. They're
Yeah.
not. I can tell them right now it's not. They can probably come up with any number of justifications, and so I don't think it's even worthwhile going into the
No.
arguments of whether or not they're justified or not. I think it's just better to take a stand and say, show the string and say it's wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is about, who's the victim in this situation, or,
No.
it's about celebrity or anything about that. I think it's about, humanity and
Mhm.
compassion. And I think what you were just touching on, like that's humanity, compassion, understanding. These are things that now more than ever, we really need in this situation, and showing understanding to people. And I don't think Sam was trying to elicit any sense of like
Mhm.
victimhood or empathy. I don't
No.
think Sam needs that. I think he's,
Mm-mm.
nor does Katrina. We're all very privileged people, and I don't think he's trying to get across a message of please, take on my pain here. He's trying to put out a message
Mhm.
of like compassion and understanding.
Yeah.
And I think, Sam is deserving of that as much as the bully is, as much as everyone is, as much as
Mhm.
if you want to draw extension to the frontline people dealing with this thing right now, the doctors, the nurses, the essential
Yeah.
workers, everyone needs to show compassion and understanding. I think that's the key message. And that's why I stood in solidarity with Sam. And also because, yeah, like I said, I care about these people a lot.
Yes. It's
Just as
family.
a friend,
Mhm.
yeah, as a family, like Sam, Kat, and like I said, maybe Sophie to some extent. And then like, by extension, some of the writers on the show actually cop a lot of abuse. I'm lucky; I don't really cop any of it. Hope, and I know that even when you do say some things like this, sometimes you open yourself up to
No.
bullying or criticism from other people. But I think that it's important in these situations to show strength.
Yeah.
It's not about fighting back against the bullies
Mm-mm.
because you can't do anything there. You're not going to rationalize with these people. It's not about fighting fire with fire. It's about, again, compassion, understanding.
Exactly. And that's what we need more in the world, for sure. Especially at a time like this, when we're going through the whole world.
Yeah,
Everyone has to, be a bit more understanding in that. And there's a lot more serious things going on as well. So it's like,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
this is the great leveler. We're all humans in this situation, and at the end of the day, like celebrity, fame, money, fortune, I think this
Means
is
nothing
leveling
in
out a lot
this.
of. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. No.
We're talking on a fashion magazine. Fashion, it's not really. I'm
No.
looking very unfashionable right now.
Hey,
But
I'm in my caftan while sleeping.
exactly. So the things that really matter right now are like connections with people, and
Yeah,
and 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 showing your understanding and showing your love for the people that you care about. And we should all essentially be trying to care about everyone right now as much as we can.
exactly. And just be supportive for everybody, and family
That's
is
it.
very important, and even
That's
strangers are
it.
really important. The world, we've just got to be, we just have to
Everyone.
be true. Yeah, exactly. And, be honest in that as well, and
That's
compassionate, as
it.
you said.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so what have you been keeping busy with working out? Are you gone crazy on this cardio stuff?
Look, I kind of I beat the rush, so I was able to I spent a fortune on a small fortune on a home gym. So I cancelled all my gym memberships and rushed out and bought some weights
Hmm.
that I've set up. I cleared out a space in the front room and I've set that up. Looks a bit ridiculous, um, but I need that. I need that for my mental health. I really need to work out because if I don't
Yeah.
have that, then I probably would go a bit crazy, more crazy. Um, so I try to keep busy doing that, but like I said, I've got a lot of things and when I can fit that in. I'm also working on
Hmm.
a podcast. I think that I'm fulfilling every cliche right now with my time. I'm doing a podcast with a good friend of mine, Tim.
Yeah.
It's in Downey, so we're trying to put that together, and that's taking up my evenings. And
Great. When's that going to
and
come out? Do you know the dates on that?
Uh, Look, we're looking at a tentative release date of sometime in mid-May, but
Okay.
we've recorded a lot. We just have to consolidate what we've done. And this is something that actually had its genesis before the whole global pandemic, but it just had,
Mm-hmm.
because of uh, the situation, we've been able to sort of really consolidate and focus our efforts on what we're doing. So it's been a good opportunity to do that. Did you know podcasts and even this kind of live thing, we're seen
Yeah.
as an essential service right now.
I
So you
know,
can't.
actually. We're helping people. We're bringing joy to the
Wow.
world,
I
you
hope
know?
so. I try
Oh,
to. I
you are.
try
Oh,
to.
David, you're
Um,
definitely bringing joy to everyone.
well, look, that's another thing. Look, my parents are doctors, and my sister's a doctor, and sometimes I do feel a bit kind of residual, kind of like, I don't know what it is, guilt or
Mm-hmm.
sort of, that I'm not contributing in a way that I'd like to. Um, I feel a bit redundant at times, and I think we all do,
Mm-hmm.
especially when we're so powerless and not able to control our situation, and wanting to help others in this time. Um,
Exactly.
and so, me having a personal connection to that with doctors in the family, I think is maybe I feel that a little bit more
Yeah.
acutely than some people. I don't know.
Yeah. My niece, actually, she did get coronavirus. She's a nurse,
Oh
and
no.
she went back to work just recently. She overcome it and went straight back to
Wow.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
She's, yeah.
see, if I got coronavirus, I don't think I would have that bravery. I think I'm out. I'm out. And then I'd like to think that I'd have that kind of fortitude to go back and help people. But it's a very scary time for those people, and having, again, compassion, understanding, and thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, people who are in those situations on the front lines, and other people, who, like yourself, like who's a loved one who's in that situation, and
Yeah.
understanding what those people are going through, I think is really important right now.
Yeah, and it's really hard, but like they are doing this, and it's really important. We need these people. We need, I mean, it's our family, but we need more people. Like they have, it's great that they're doing this because it's important. And
Yeah.
your mum and dad and your sister, so it's like wonderful.
Yeah, I'll try to convince them that my podcasting is important as my as saving lives, but I've been trying to convince them that acting's been as important as doctoring all along. But I think they're slowly coming around to the great disappointment that I'm an actor.
No, not at all. At least they've got one who's a doctor.
Yeah, at least they got
So
one. Like
at least they've got
one
one.
turned out all right.
Yeah, well, hey, there's nothing wrong with being an actor. It's it's a job. Everyone has to have jobs.
It's a crazy year. Mhm.
Yeah, of course. I mean, lots of crazy jobs, but you're bringing joy to the screen. So there you go.
Okay,
Making people happy.
I hope
So
so.
no, you are for sure. So I'm glad that you took some time out to have a chat with me, and maybe you're going to be back in come back to LA at some point. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Let's not prognosticate about the future at this point. Just creates too
Yeah.
much anxiety, doesn't it? Let's just live in the moment. Live in the
Exactly.
moment. Let's enjoy our FaceTimes with everyone. Let's enjoy our time spent living alone and separately, and then think about things like connecting with people in the future. And that's what I'm doing,
Exactly.
when we all can, because it's
Yeah.
kind of pointless to think about those things in the future. But
No,
of
you're right.
course, I would love to
Fingers
see you again
crossed.
soon, Jules, at another Chateau Marmont party. That would be fantastic.
Exactly. And I've got to make pies for everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, I've been baking a lot.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, everyone's getting their orders in.
Okay. Well, I'll take what apple? I'll have a rhubarb
Apple
pie.
pie. Oh, rhubarb. Okay,
Apple?
I
No,
can
no,
do
no.
no
Rhubarb. I
rhubarb.
think it's a little too. That's a little too boring. I need a little bit more, rhubarb.
Rhubarb. Well, rhubarb's very British as well, so that's not a
Is
problem.
it? Okay, good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me in Reserve Magazine, and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Jules. See
All
ya.
right, mate. All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.